I'll just take a moment,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, no problem.
Just a moment.
We had a class at 6:30 and one girl came late, madam.
Good evening, ma'am. Good
Good
evening.
evening, Palak. How are you, Palak?
Good evening.
Fine, sir.
Okay. One girl came late for previous class, 6:30 class, and I admitted her and I asked her to say sorry to all the other students. So she said sorry. So I think we have to do this once in a while. Then only people will come in time. 2 3 minutes late I can understand, but somebody who's coming for 10 minutes late and all is very it's very difficult to admit them
Yes.
because we will be very busy in our class.
And basically, so they are the ones missing out on everything. No?
That realization will not be there, madam. They're all young kids, no? See, some exceptions are
Yeah, they
there.
are the ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
No.
yes, yes,
And again, they
definitely.
are getting everything free and all. See, that realization, they are very small, very young. So it's very difficult to expect. One or two people are very, they are matured, they will understand.
Mm. So actually, my Wi-Fi is not working, but I'm currently working from my phone's network, so it is a bit slow.
Okay, okay. No
Just
problem. No
give me a
problem.
moment. It is
Yeah, yeah.
transferring the presentation.
Okay, okay. So your exams are over, no? Soundarya and Rakshan. So you are
Yes, sir.
enjoying your holidays. Palak, you are enjoying your holidays?
No, sir, we don't have
Oh, you don't
holidays
have
of
holidays.
Christmas.
Your half yearly exam is over. No, we call
Half yearly
second term or
done,
something.
sir.
What is that called?
First
We,
term exams, sir.
eh?
First term exams are done.
Yeah, first term, huh? Okay. So here we call half yearly, and then next exam is the final board exam. I mean, that is the annual exam, we call it.
Yes, sir. It's for 10th and 12th standard.
Oh, you are okay. It's board exam. For 10th, it's board exam.
They have fancy names these days, sir. अरे यार.
Oh, it takes time to share, huh?
Taking time to share the presentation. It is not going because of slow
So
network.
maybe then you can start orally if possible.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, initially I was going to revise what we have done in the previous
Yeah, you can orally you
in
can
a long
talk to
time.
them, yeah, because since
So,
it's taking time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I am working on sending it, but till then I'm starting
Yeah,
to
yeah, correct, correct.
do it also. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Kids, we in the previous session, what we did was, I think it's been a long time now. I 2 3 weeks ago we had a session which was about animal tissues. We began with animal tissues. It was the first session was animal tissues, and in the previous sessions we completed plant tissues. Right. I'm not going into the details of plant tissues, but I will revise animal tissues for sure because this one is a bit complex topic to understand because there are four major types of animal tissues and each of them has subtypes. So it is difficult for you to remember each and every type of the tissues that we discuss. So basic four types of animal tissues are, as I say, as you cannot see the screen, as I'm saying, you can, jot down in your book if you have one. Simply just make points. The four types of animal tissues that we discussed about were epithelial tissue, muscular tissue or epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. These are the four major types of animal tissues. What we discussed in the previous session, epithelial tissue. Now, epithelial, wherever you hear this word epithelium, it is related to outer ring. It is specifically related to outer covering. You also have learned about epidermis in plant tissues. Epidermis again stands for the outer covering in plant. So basically, all the organs have outer coverings formed of epithelial tissue. So here we understood that the covering or protective tissue in the animal body uh, are epithelial tissue. Epithelium covers most organs and cavities within the body and forms barriers to keep different body or systems separate. This is the function of epithelial tissue, the general function, to keep the different body systems separate. The covering of each and every organ and even the cavities, that is the gaps that organs have in them. Those gaps are also covered by epithelial tissue. That is how they keep all the organs and all the systems separate. So the following parts of an animal body generally are made up of epithelial tissue. One is skin, another is lining of the mouth, lining of the blood vessels, lung alveoli, and kidney tubules. Like again, I said, these are the parts where the layering, where the upper layer comes into action the most. Skin is your topmost outer covering of your body that needs to be formed of something elastic, flexible, porous, as well as strong, which gives you protection against the external environment as well. Another is lining of the mouth. When we hear the word lining, it means the topmost covering, okay, and the soft one, not the hard. So when I say lining of the mouth, it's the inner mouth, okay. Lining of blood vessels, again the inner part of the blood vessels like arteries, veins, and capillaries. Lung alveoli. You have learned about lung and its structure in previous classes. If not, understand that alveoli is part of the respiratory system of humans, which is the end part of the respiratory system. That is the exact place where the exchange of gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide, takes place. So that portion has to be extremely thin. Porous means porous. It should have tiny pores, and it should be elastic and uh, flexible. So that is where epithelial tissue is present. And similar function is happening in kidney tubules also, where the urine that body is stored and is regulated by the function of kidney. So when we say the structure, when we talk about the epithelial tissue, the basic structure of the epithelial tissue is that they are tightly packed and form continuous sheet. Like in general function, if you understand general function, it provides the protection. So if there is a gap in the structure of such a sheet or such a tissue, then it won't give a proper protection. So it has to be a continuous sheet. They only have a small amount of cementing and almost no intercellular space. If there is intercellular space, there would be looseness in their structure, which is not function that they need to perform. Epithelium is separated from the underlying tissue by extracellular basement membrane. This is what there is an epithelial, then there is another layer of extracellular. It is basically, it is made up of, again it is made up of multiple cells which are porous and soft. So that is kept in between the epithelial tissue on the top part and other the lower part of the body. What are the general functions of epithelium? The general functions of epithelium includes as the permeability of epithelium regulates the exchange of material. Permeability for allowance of exchange of gases. It is a place where exchange of materials takes place, not only gases but materials as well, like the outer covering of every organ of epithelial tissue, because inside organ the processes are happening. Carbon dioxide has to be removed out. This work through the epithelial tissue. Okay. And about of epithelium, and we understand type which was lengthy one with has two subtypes. We learned about squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium was the one is simple squamous, another is stratified squamous. Simple squamous stands for a single layer. When I say the word squamous, the word squama, squama, stands for layers. When we talk about squamous, we are talking about a tissue which is layered. Okay, layered on one another. But about squamous epithelial tissue, that it has only one layer. It's so thin and evenly spread. Such tissues are found where? Are found in blood vessels, lung alveoli, esophagus, and understand the delicacy of all these organs. They are so they need only a single layer of. They are so delicate that are are very delicate and it's that they need the softness of the material which is being used for their exchange. Okay, so alveoli, blood vessels, again they have to be very flexible. To give them flexibility, there is only epithelium. Alveoli has to be very so that the gases can be easily exchanged. Again, same function, esophagus. What does esophagus do in your body? It simply pushes your food that you are eating towards your stomach. That push has to be regulated. It cannot be too harsh or too soft. It has to be regulated, which is done by simple squamous epithelial. And lastly, mouth. Again, contains the salivary gland. So saliva is released out of your mouth. So to to have appropriate release of that saliva, the mouth, the inner lining of mouth has to be very thin and delicate. So again, simple squamous comes into action. Next type of squamous epithelial was a stratified squamous. Stratified, when I the word strata means multiple layers. So when squamous has a multiple set of layers, then we call it a squamous epithelium. So the squamous epithelium, the combination of layers is called a stratified squamous epithelium. The epithelial cells of the skin are formed of the stratified epithelial tissue to prevent wear and tear. So the epithelium in your skin is made up of stratified squamous. Because it is not stratified, then even if you have a very minor scratch in your body, it directly reach the blood vessel, will bleed. But due to layers of squamous epithelial tissue, which is stratified, the wound is not very deep as you are, you have layers. Actually, there are specifically 7 layers in your skin, after which the vessels are there. So, if the wound is so deep that it cuts down the 7 layers, have blood, otherwise, it will be a simple scratch which will not bleed much. Understood? This was of previous sessions what we had. I understand this is a bit difficult. Why you need to go slow in such chapters. Does anyone have any questions by far?
Ma'am, what is
Anyone, please?
intercellular space, ma'am?
Yes. Interface is space between your cells. Any other question? Any? Am I audible?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, am I audible or not? Please, can anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, madam.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay. Moving on, give me a moment. I think transfer is completed. I'm sorry, I'm unable to transfer, but again, I'll go orally next parts also. We will understand 3 more types of epithelial tissue. Our first one is columnar epithelial tissue. Simple and columnar. First, there are 2 types of columnar epithelial tissue. Columnar epithelial tissue are tall columnar epithelium and ciliated columnar epithelium. When I say columnar, it means column is made up of columns, standing columns, vertical columns. So when first one, when we talk about tall columnar epithelial tissue, the tall columnar epithelial tissue cells are present when absorption and secretion, absorption of certain enzymes that are in your body, of certain hormones that need to be absorbed in places in your body, where columnar epithelial tissues are and tall column. The columnar epithelial tissues help the movement of materials across the epithelial layers. head is a column, is a pillar-like structure. It helps cross and barriers means whatever the portions are issues where it's stuck, you know. So there's a presence of columnar epithelium which no, can you hear me? I'm so today
Yes, ma'am.
the network is driving me crazy. So once what I'll do is I'll share the presentation with you guys. With this, you can through that. If not much audible or clear to you. In the next session, we arrange a question and answer session for this also. I understand the breakage of voice and the network issue is a bit different. So where it is present, tall columnar is present in the inner lining of the intestine. Intestine is an organ in your body where most absorption takes place. What kind of absorption? It absorbs the hormones released in your body. All the uh, all the necessary materials are digested. The final site of digestion is your intestine, small intestine, and that is where all the enzymes like I'll name a few. You might not have come across this if you are not in 10th class. There are three types of basic enzymes that are coming into these intestine, small intestine. One is amylase, second is lipase, and third one is trypsin. These are the enzymes that digest several parts like carbohydrates, lipids, or fats, what we call, or protein in your food. That is where enzymes or hormones come into action. Are all enzymes, not hormones. There is a difference, major difference. So these are present. The tall columnar epithelial tissues are present in the lining of your small intestine. The okay. Next one is a ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. The columnar epithelial tissue cilia are called columnar epithelial tissue. The cilia columnar epithelial cells are present in the respiratory tract. Now, why it is needed in the respiratory tract? Respiratory tract is where the maximum absorption of oxygen takes place. The hair-like structure will trap more gas, more oxygen. That is why it is made in such a way that there are hair-like projections which can absorb more quantity of the gas oxygen which is coming in your body through your nostril. In the respiratory tract, the cilia of the epithelial tissue pushes the mucus forward to clear it. Another aspect of having the ciliated tissue in your respiratory tract is there is mucus in your nose. What is mucus? Mucus is the dust part, stick part in your nose, which is basically harmful for. So from the tract, what cilia does is cilia pushes that particular of your nostril to clear it. So that is how ciliate tissue also helps you. Okay. Any questions? Anyone? I'm
No, ma'am.
no, ma'am. Okay, fine. There is the next one is cuboidal epithelial tissue. The cuboidal epithelial tissue form, like we said, cuboid. Cuboid means rectangular structure, a bit raised at a height. So the cuboidal epithelial tissues form the lining of kidney tubules and ducts of salivary glands to provide mechanical support. Now, what are these? Kind are the tube-like structures which we call nephron, where urine that is formed after digestion in your body, the urine, the watery waste is actually passed through the tubules in even if there even when there are multiple nutrients present in that waste material also, the kidney tubules, the lining of kidney tubules absorbs that particular nutrients. That's why it's necessary to have cuboidal epithelial tissues in such a place where they will absorb more and more nutrition. To prevent, also, it is present in salivary glands to provide mechanical support. Where are salivary glands located? In the mouth. The mouth is a very delicate organ, so there are protective tissues like cuboidal tissues to give them mechanical support. And lastly, we have glandular tissue, where a portion of the epithelial tissue folds inward and form a multicellular gland. It is called glandular epithelium. What happens is sometimes epithelial tissues they fold in the corners or the fold within themselves, and gland is like a container. It is formed, which becomes a glandular epithelium. They can secrete substances that are hormones at the epithelial surface. Then they become glands that are capable of secreting hormones in your epithelial surface. Okay, I think, sir, I am going to end this because connectivity issue is extremely
Yeah,
severe.
no problem, madam.
There is
Maybe you have to little bit repeat it the next class with some slides and things like that, so that they will understand better.
I know because
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
not working at all. I do not want to waste that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Correct, correct, correct. No problem. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
I need to end the right.
Thank you.
Okay, students, we'll continue the next time.